Hello everyone, welcome to SJEC classes. Your learning is non-stop. Today we are going to study The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. Today we will be studying Act 3 Scene 5. This is the part 2 of the video. So if you have still not watched the part 1, please go and watch it so that you can understand this scene much more properly. As we already know that this scene takes place in Belmont. The characters present are Jessica, Lancelot, and Lorenzo. In the previous video, we have already discussed that the scene provides relief and lightens the atmosphere before the seriousness of the next act, that is, Act 4, Scene 1. The audience can absorb only so much gravity, the action needs to be lightened. So, Lancelot and Jessica, who are very comfortable with each other, they joke very light-heartedly, and Lorenzo equally lightly says he might take offense if they go in corners and whisper to each other. All these conversations between these minor characters are put together so that the audience can face the next scene, that is quite a serious scene and also an important scene. So to prepare the audience for the next scene, this scene has been put together. So let's get started. Lorenzo, I shall grow jealous of you shortly, Launcelot, if you thus get my wife into corners. Lorenzo enters and he says to Launcelot that you are going to make me jealous if you keep taking my wife into dark like this. Jessica, nay, you need not fear us, Lorenzo. Launcelot and I are out. He tells me flatly that there is no mercy for me in heaven. So now Jessica is giving another reason that Lorenzo should not be jealous of Lancelot. She says that no, you don't need to be jealous or you do not need to be worried about us. We cannot agree on anything. He says that I won't get into heaven because I am a Jew's daughter. She says, because I am a Jew's daughter, and he says you are no good member of the Commonwealth. For in converting Jews to Christian, you raise the price of pork. So now she is saying that Lancelot says that as I am a daughter of a Jew, that is Shylock, so I will have no mercy in heaven. I will not be allowed to enter the heaven. And Lorenzo is also equally responsible. He has shown a very irresponsible behavior by converting a Jew to Christian, because by doing so he is raising the price of the pork. Lorenzo. He turns to Lancelot and says, go in, Sirrah, bid them prepare for dinner. Lorenzo orders Lancelot. He says, go in and tell the servants to get ready for the dinner. Lancelot, that is done, sir. They all have stomachs. So Lancelot says, that's already been done, sir. They are all ready to eat dinner. Lancelot is at the peak of his wit. He is trying to use all his wisdom at once. He is just jesting over there. He says to Lancelot that the servants are already ready to eat dinner. Lorenzo, goodly lord, what a wit snapper are you! Then bid them prepare dinner. Lorenzo says, good lord, what a clown you are! Tell them to make the dinner, not to get ready to eat dinner. Lancelot, that is done too, sir, only cover the word. Lancelot says, that is also done, sir. The only word you have to say you are looking for is cover. Lorenzo, will you cover then, sir? Lancelot, not so, sir, neither. I know my duty. Lancelot continues to use his wits. He says, no, sir, I know my duty. Then Lorenzo says, yet more quarrelling with occasion, wilt thou show the whole wealth of thy wit in an instance? Lorenzo says, you keep finding ways to mock me. Are you planning on showing me all your wit at once? I pray thee, understand a plain man in his plain meaning. Go to thy fellows, bid them cover the table, serve in the meat, and we will come in for dinner. So he says that please understand my simple message. Go tell the servants to set the table and bring in the food, as we will come in for dinner. Launcelot, for the table, sir, it shall be served in, and for the meat, sir, it shall be covered. For your coming into dinner, sir, why, let it be as humorous and conceit shall govern. So Launcelot continues, he says, about the table, sir, dinner will be served on it. As for the food, it will be served in covered dishes. As for your coming into for dinner, just do what you feel is right. Lancelot has used the word cover a lot of times. He says that you just have to say the word lay the table, a pun on the word cover, as well as the mean the tradition of wearing hats, that is to cover the hat at the dinner table, brought out in the Lancelot's response to Lorenzo's question. He all the time he uses this word cover, and he also says that he knows his duty, that what is the meaning of putting on one's hat. Inferiors did not wear hats in the presence of their superiors as a mark of respect. He continues to speak these words. He is trying to show that how intelligent he has, how much words he knows, and this way he wants to express his wits all at once. Lorenzo, oh dear discretion, how his words are suited! The fool hath planted in his memory an army of good words, and I do now are many fools that stand in better place, garnished like him. Lorenzo says, oh, Lancelot has left the stage, he has exit. Lorenzo says, oh, he is good at bending words around. The fool has memorized a whole army full of fancy words. Then he says, I know jesters in better positions with the same talent as he has. Then he says, for a tricksy word defy the matter. How cheerest thou, Jessica? And now, good sweet, say the opinion. How dost thou like the Lord Bassanio's wife? Now, Lorenzo says that I also know other jesters who are in better position and have same talent. They also like to digress from the topic at hand by playing with language. Then he says, let's forget that. Anyway, how are you, Jessica? And how do you like Lord Bassanio's wife? Now, Lorenzo wants to know Jessica's opinion about Portia, as they had met for the first time, and Lorenzo wants to know what did she feel after meeting her. Jessica, past all expressing, it is very meet Lord Bassanio live an upright life for having such a blessing in his lady. He finds the joys of heaven here on earth. Jessica says, I like her more than I can say. She is saying that I cannot admire her. She is beyond expression. I am unable to express how much I like her. Bassanio should live an upstanding life because having a wife like Portia is a blessing. She says that Lord Bassanio should live an honorable life as he has found Portia, who is a kind of blessing to him. He finds the joys of heaven here on earth, and if on earth he do not mean it, then in reason he would never come to heaven. Jessica continues, Jessica says that it's as it is he has found heaven here on earth. And if he doesn't deserve this joy on earth, he will never in heaven be able to go. He will not be allowed to go to heaven if he doesn't live this life honorably. Because in this life he has got Portia as his wife. Why, if two gods should play some heavenly match, and on the wager lay two earthly women, and Portia, one there must be something else, pawned with the other, for the poor rude world hath not her fellow. Jessica gives an instance, she gives an example that imagine what would happen if two gods in heaven made a bet? If one of them used Portia as his stake, the other would have a hard time coming up with a human woman to match her value. The poor rude world doesn't have her equal. So, from these lines of Jessica, we can understand that Jessica likes Portia. She thinks highly of her, and she thinks that Basani also should live a nice life, an upright life, as he has got such a beautiful understanding and a nice woman. And she thinks that there is no match on earth like Portia. There is no equal of Portia in this crude world. Lorenzo, even such a husband hast thou of me as she is for a wife. Lorenzo jokes. He says, as good a wife as she is, that's how good a husband I am to you. Jessica, nay, but ask my opinion too of that. Jessica says, I will be the judge of that. I will give you what I think about it. You say that you are a good husband, just like a good wife Portia is, so I will be the judge of that. I will tell you. Lorenzo, I will Anan first. Let us go for dinner. Lorenzo says, I will give you a chance to judge later. But first, let's go for the dinner. Jessica, nay, let me praise you while I have a stomach. Jessica says, no, let me just say good things about you while I am in good mood. Lorenzo, no, pray thee, let it serve for the table talk. Lorenzo says, no, please save it for dinner conversation. That way, we can talk during dinner. That way, I will, no matter what you say, I will be able to digest it with the food. With everything else, I'll be able to digest whatever you comment on me, whatever you say to me. Jessica, well, I'll see you forth. Jessica says, in that case, I will serve you up like a dish of food. And the scene ends there. So it was a very short scene, and in this scene, these minor characters were talking. As I already told you, it's just a way to decrease the seriousness of the coming upcoming act or the scenes later that are going to follow this scene. So to just decrease the tension, this scene has been put. So I hope you understood this scene properly, and thank you for watching.